Hi everyone, hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Oh, it's summer vacation. So yeah, I'm tackling the Legends of Magic arc. I gotta start doing the other arcs too. Yeah, I want to do this one for summer because the Dazzlings are in it, and I think the Sirens are good for summer because they swim or something like that. Okay, so Legends of Magic is basically a story of how Stygian united the Pillars of Harmony, the Pillars of Light. Yeah, united the Pillars and how they defeated the Siren. We do get a brief story of this in the flashback in the Season 7 finale, Shadow Play Part 1, Part 2. Now, this one does flesh out the Dazzlings, and it fleshes out more about the Pillars. So there is an episode where they go camping. Well, Rainbow, Rarity, and Applejack go camping, and they tell stories of their favorite ones: Flash Magnus, Mistmane, and Rockhoof. And we get to learn more about the other pillars. And yeah, this is basically the books that Sunburst is reading at the end of Season 7, where he goes antiquing and finds a barrel full of random stuff, and one of them's a book on Star's World. So he's going to Celestia's castle to look for Star's World's old bedroom. So there is a moon cycle in Equestria. Nice. Let's see. Oh, and then he finds like a hidden book. Well, a book about her. Which Sunburst starts reading. Oh, right, see. So this one is basically a prequel, which is nice. You get to see Celestia and Luna. Alright, so first is we get... So there's like 11 of these. The first 5 were about the different pillars. First is Star's World, the next is... I forget. Alright, so I do believe that Celestia and Luna both represent like 3 of the elements of harmony. I'm guessing Celestia has to be magic, seeing that she's well advanced, or Luna is struggling to keep up with her sister in magic. So yeah, I really wish we could have gotten a comic that explains like how they met Starswirl the Bearded, or why he was the one to choose to see Celestia and Luna. There had been other powerful wizards out there that might have rivaled his magic. Also, we never see Celestia and Luna's parents, sadly. Or they're never mentioned. Then again, G5 kind of implies that Skyros just creates alicorns, and then they're sent to the mortal realm to, well, lead. God, I hate the fact that G5 got cancelled. We could have gotten so much lore about Celestia and Luna. But no. One of the things I wanted to see is the more lore on the alicorns. But no, we don't get no lore on that. Then again, Hasbro does say that they're doing something for 2027. They're trying to like reinvent or do something for My Little Pony. So they're going to try to like do like a My Little Pony reboot. I would kind of like to see a G1 reboot. But do I really? I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to aim towards My Little Pony Generation 4 because they know G4 is where the money's at. There's a massive fan base. I kind of would like to see like a prequel to Friendship is Magic, where it's about Celestia and Luna have some seasons about Celestia and Luna as children, learning magic, making friends, fighting enemies. We get to see like how T-Rex was sent to Tartarus or other stuff like that. Series finale could be Celestia fighting Luna, using the elements on her. No, but Sasha looks cool. Alright, so Luna basically steals a book and tries to do some extra studying to learn magic. It goes swimmingly. Aww. Yeah, this comic. Yeah, the prequel one's kind of labels Celestia as a bit of a jerk, as she is a bit mean to Celestia. She even says in this comic that she's the only one that's allowed to pick on her sister. So that's cool. Alright, so Celeste Luna was able to open a portal to a different dimension. She starts hearing voices basically telling her to become Nightmare Moon. Which I feel like when she goes over to the other dimension, she might have been corrupted. So Celestia tells Starsworld what happened, and he then rescues her. The two of them then rescues her. Now this is the same one in the Legends of Magic reality. And we see they're dressing up like Nightmare Moon after tying her up. Only I get to pick on my sister. So I do believe I do like how Luna was the nicer one, and Celestia was a bit of a jerk. Then later on, Celestia became more nicer as she got older, and Luna is still nice, which is good. So it also does save them from the creatures they escape. They forgot Starsworld. So I believe Celeste and Luna are teenagers in this comic. And they basically read. I mean, I'm glad that they're able to laugh about it now, which is nice. And next is Rockruff. Alright, so next is Rockruff. Okay, so I think they're going in order. Twilight talks about Starsworld the Bearded in most early seasons. That camping episode, I think Rockruff was the first story. Then after him is Mistmane. Then Flash Magnus. Then Sinambula. Sinambula was then mentioned later on in a Dare and Don't comic. So the comic is pretty nice. I am glad that they are doing more of the Legends. Unfortunately, seasons 8 and 9 kind of, the Pillars were going to be a bigger role. So seasons 7, 8 was going to be a lot, was going to be a lot different. So, and the reason why Starlight and Trixie were not in the My Little Pony movie is because season 8 was supposed to be like part 2 of the season 7. So season 8 was going to be about Trixie, Starlight, Maud, and other friends going on adventures on their own. It would have been more about the Pillars and stuff like that. But no, Hasbro said no to that because we can't make money off of that. What we can make money off of is the School of Friendship. So yeah, they chose the School of Friendship over that season, which is sad. I mean, I'm kind of happy they went with the School of Friendship. We got Silverstream and Smolder and Yona and Sambar and Gallus and Ocellus. I'm glad we got the Young Six, but I'm sad we got the Young Six because they are basically so underdeveloped. They have a grand total of like 5, maybe 9 episodes in seasons 8 and 9 together. most of the seasons were about Twilight and her friends doing stuff, which does upset me because, like, the characters are already done, except for Pinkie and Twilight. Oh, I do like the G1 references on the cave walls. Cute. Oh yeah, right. The other covers. We got Twilight, this one, and Twilight reading a book. Alright, so the comic is pretty nice. I'm glad we are getting some more lore on Star Swirl and the others. Alright, so I hope everyone has a safe day.